Simone Greene, who was a photographer for Death Row in the somewhat early days, she's gone on numerous documentaries and talked about a story where she was beat up during a meeting, and claims that Suge held her legs down. Kenya Ware, who is super talented, is putting together like a Women of Death Row. I don't know if it's going to be a show or a documentary, but she puts little snippets of it out on her Instagram, which she's got all the girls from back then. So it's going to be really good, I think, when she does finally put it out. But she put up a piece of Simone talking about this incident that she spoke on before.
My ex-husband was Tony Green, the bass player with Dr. Dre. Suge got mad at Tony. Suge wanted me to come to the office. He had a girl stomp my face. Oh, well, he held my feet himself while they stomped me in my face. He was like, Simone, I just hate your husband. And I hadn't done anything. This girl stomped me. She kind of ruined me because of the fact that they knocked all my teeth out. It's one of those things that every morning I got to wake up and deal with it. And I'll never forget what he did.
What I wanted to ask you was, had you heard about this incident, and do you have any insight as to what really happened that day?
Well, I didn't see the snippet. I haven't saw that, but I hope you play it so people know what the hell you're talking about. But shout out to Kenya and whatever Kenya's working on. I hope y'all go out and support her, because Kenya Ware is a good girl. That's Dad's baby mama. But other than that, she's a stylist. She's very well respected and liked by everybody around Death Row. I don't hear nobody, y'all hear nobody ever talking bad about Kenya. But yeah, Simone lying, y'all. She trying to put David, Kenner, and Suge into the story because that's where the money is. But what happened was, it was this girl that was working for Death Row at the front desk. Her name was Kim. That's all I'm put out about her. And she was selling weed at the front desk. I had got word about her selling weed up there at the office and told Suge, hey man, that ain't a good look. Your receptionist up there selling marijuana at the front desk. You know, you need to deal with that. Somehow, I guess, Simone, who was a photographer, I think her husband or dude was a bass player, used to play a guitar, was in the industry a little bit as a musician. And Simone's from Detroit. And so she thought she was a little hood and a little tough as well. Because, you know, like I tell y'all, every neighborhood has tough people in it. Just because you from Compton or LA or Long Beach or Houston or wherever, don't make you any tougher than the next person. Every neighborhood got a tough person. So, Suge and one of his female friends that was real close with Kim, Suge was like, man, I don't have to fire Kim because Simone is saying, and he blamed it on, I think Simone, about her selling weed at the front desk, which I told you how Suge really heard about it, but I'm sure Suge knew about it or had heard rumblings of it, but he blamed it on Simone for whatever reason. And the girlfriend of Suge at the time said, man, Kim gonna fuck her up. And she was like, oh, yeah, whatever. That's Simone. She from Detroit. And she was like, shit, I tell you, Kim is a writer. Kim will fuck her up. So Suge called the meeting and had a bunch of girls and had them in there and confronted. That's how Suge was with anything. He believed in having meetings and everybody, if you say something once, you better be able to say it twice. And don't be talking behind nobody's back if you ain't gonna repeat it in front of their face. That's just how Suge and that's how they were around Death Row. And so he confronted Simone about what he had heard that Simone had said. And so Kim was like, what? You said that? And she was like, yeah. And I told y'all this story before. That's when Kim was like, I don't give a fuck, you know. I'm from Detroit. And that's when Kim was like, well, you about to get a Compton ass whooping right now, and started whooping her ass. And so that's what happened on that. Simone trying to add that Suge was holding her feet and all of that, because I think she sued, and she trying to, you know, that's how you had to get Suge into the lawsuit, by making allegations like that. But Suge ain't had no holding down. Suge was probably laughing because he loved that shit, because he was crazy for fighting and bullshit, unfortunately. But you got to remember, he was only 28, 29 years of age, had all this money and power at the time, and we hadn't developed mentally into the men that we should have tried to be at, you know, age 40 or 50. But that's what happened with Simone. But Kim is the one that put hands on Simone and whooped her ass. And that's what it was behind.
All right. Can you talk about the incident that happened at the 50 Cent video shoot for, you know what? The song is drawing a blank for me. Up in I think it's in the club. Find Me in the Club or whatever. I forget the official title of it, but he had mentioned, and some of the people that were in D12 had mentioned, that Suge showed up with a bunch of Mexican dudes and kind of just did like a pop in on him and then left. Were you aware of that? And can you speak on that?
Well, I spoke on this before on Cam Capone's show with my boy Spider Loke. Spider Loke took a little offense. I was just throwing an opinion to say this is why I believe he got his deal, which Spider Loke kind of took offense to. Like, really, I didn't get my deal because of that, which I understand, because Spider Loke was a talent. I still listen to some of his shows, just to listen to his new rap song that he do before every song, before every show. And so I get it, but I really know Spider Loke, and I want to get Spider Loke, and we're going to get Spider Loke to tell that story. But it happened. He had the 118 hanging out with him real tough at the time. And they went up there and was kind of pushing up on 50 about something. Who knows? And all the stories about 50 getting a gun and an AK and all that, they ain't true. Spider Loke walked up to him. It was my boy Magic, really, from 87 Trey Gangsters that was there. And some of those, it was a mixture of guys. But Spider Loke got smart. Spider handed the phone to 50. 50 walked away, walked in the trailer like he had an important phone call, and he was handling his business. And that's all that I heard that happened. But y'all go to Spider Loke, and Spider Loke spoke on it, and he talked about it. And I had more, and I talked about it a little more in depth on the Cam Capone show. And that's what happened. But he had some 18th Streets with him, and they were pressing him about something. But Spider Loke came and saved the day and got 50 away. And Spider and 50 was cool for after that whole situation, because they all had respect for Spider Loke. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, the giveaway today is for the skateboard deck. When we gave it away previously, the winner was located in Africa, and he said he was in a prison out there, so we definitely can't send to him. So we're going to give that away again today. To enter to win, be the first to name 3 songs that were recorded for the Machiavelli album that were on preliminary track list but never made the album. First one to win, to guess 3 correct tracks will win.